Lagos, Nigeria. Please welcome the most beautiful hostess with the mostest, Monalisa Chinda.
Don't be afraid, I promise I'll stand by you all the way. Here is my shoulder, you need a friend. I'll be your anchor on whom you can depend. So come on and let it out, chase away the blue cloud. We are in this together, oh yeah, no matter what.
Welcome to You and I, and we are... Welcome to You and I, and we are going to have a fantastic time on the show. Are you ready to get the show started? Are you ready? Okay, guys, now let's hear from our sponsors and, of course, Candid Lens. Then we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Most people avoid the tough jobs. We're different. We're not here to complain that things are broken. We're here to fix them. You need someone that will take the tough decisions and stand by their word. To do that, you need the best of the best. Physically, mentally. So it doesn't matter if it's creating opportunities or supporting economies. We know it's a tough job. But hey, somebody's got to do it. We are Fidelity. We keep our word.
Hi guys, this is still You and I, and we're on to Candid Lens. Remember, Candid Lens is our take on pop culture, and we tell you as it is. Today, we'll be discussing African parents. African parents are hilarious no matter their status. As a child, some of the utterances my parents make still makes me laugh. From the punishments, to the beatings, to the errands, and to their prayers, they were just so comical. Now, did you ever experience, or you're still experiencing, you chilling in your quiet corner, and your mom calls you, Chiere, or Miriam, or whatever your name is, and she says, come here, and you run down to her. And she's asking you to fetch the remote control that is just by her side there. So now, let's look at some of our African parents' memes we found online. Stay with me. Wow. Honestly, today's child, the whole public would judge that mother. How can you give a child a broom and a dustpan to say you're not a baby anymore? That is child abuse in today's world. Way back, I could never have served my dad with my fingers, with my nails all painted. My daddy would tell me you don't use his machete to cut my fingers off. So either you take a slap, or you take the belt, or you take the wooden spoon. I would prefer the wooden spoon because it will break. Of course, 150,000 is enough for you to buy a car. Why the Hoover bond? It should be able to take the whole family to church. God, our moms are so funny. Now we'll be right back after this break. Please don't touch your dial. That was awesome. Welcome back. Some of the largest companies in the world are family-owned or family-run businesses, like Walmart, Samsung, Mango, Toyota, Ford Motors, and many others. Family business is very common in Africa and controls a significant part of the economy. In Nigeria, over 80% of indigenous companies are family-owned businesses. Several studies have shown that family-owned companies outperform their own counterparts in terms of sales, profits, and growth. Though many family-owned businesses are high-performing, a lot of them fail to be sustainable in the long term because their owners fail to plan their succession. One of the few indigenous family-owned businesses that has been able to build a legacy and stand the test of time is Wemy Industries Limited. Wemy Industries is the foremost indigenous and pioneer manufacturers of baby diaper and hygiene products in Nigeria. Our guest on the show today is the managing director of Wemy Industries. He will be enlightening us on how to build a legacy in business. Please welcome warmly Mr. Paul Odunaiya. Wow. Mr. Paul here is going to be teaching us or telling us or letting us into his secret on how to build a family legacy in business. His company is Wemy Industries Nigeria Limited, right?
Yes.
Good, great. We have a ritual here, which is we usually take a pledge. Okay. Yes, so let's just pause for a while. Take the pledge and then we'll get back into the business of today. Okay. Give me your hands. Yes. I say your name.
Paul Odunaiya.
Pledge to tell the truth.
Pledge to tell the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the
Don't
truth.
please your colleagues at work or your staff or your mom or dad.
Okay, I won't please anyone.
Okay, the whole truth and nothing.
I'll tell the
Amen.
truth. Amen.
So tell us about Wemy Industries. How did it all start?
Wemy Industries was started by my late mother and my father in 1978. And it started because my father was looking for a business to do. My mother worked in the hospital and helped deliver babies.
Where, in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, in Luth.
Oh, wow.
So, and my mom came up with the idea, look, we don't have enough disposable diapers in our hospital, and I think it's very hygienic, better than the cloth one. Maybe you should go into that kind of business. So within a year, they did a lot of research, and by 1980, we had the first diaper manufacturing plant in Africa.
Manufacturing plant?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Right, so statistics reveal that over 70% of family-owned business either collapse or are sold out by their owners. So how have you been able to put up this long period of years of, with, your industry, Wemy Industries?
I think that's a very good question, by the way. I think it's a question most family-owned businesses worry about and think about all the time. I think the answer is always to let either educate the kids or the next generation as best as they can. And in case of myself, my parents never spoilt me. They brought me up in a very strict way. I never got everything I wanted. I learned the hard way. I was treated like everybody else.
Fantastic.
So
That's
it wasn't
awesome.
a spoiled
silver spoon kind of
silver spoon experience.
Yeah, yes.
Although I had privileges, but you would never know.
Fantastic.
If I went to my school, you would never. I'd probably take a cab sometimes to school when we had cars in the house. Not that it was that bad, but you would never know. You would never know my background. You would never know any different. I was very sane, like everybody else. And I think that kind of upbringing, especially my mother, kind of prepared you for that. But on top of that, I think for family businesses, they need to look at talent. If your child or the next generation is not really interested in that business, you don't need to force them to do that business. You need to nurture their talent. Their talent might be into something else.
Are you the first son? I'm sorry.
I am the first son.
That's why. Okay, good. Let's get on.
So I think
Yes.
I think talent is the key. If you're not really into it, I think a family shouldn't force you into it. They should bring someone that's more talented, someone that's into that business. Or,
So would you say you earned your stripes as the first son, or they just wanted to just give it to you to run the business because you're the owner's son?
I think I actually went against the grain because I spent about 2 decades of my life in the UK, and I refused to come back to Nigeria to run the business because, oh, you run the business, it's there for you to take.
So sorry, what were you doing in the UK?
I went to study, and I was also working.
Okay.
And I wanted to set up my own business. I wanted to be independent because, well, my mother and father brought me up to be fiercely independent, not to depend on them. So, although it's a good way to bring me up, it worked against their plans for me to run their business. Of course, I eventually came back, but I wasn't interested in it. So I said, it's a big business. I said, no, I'm not interested. I'm happy to own my little small business, but I'm independent. Nobody can tell me what to do. I think it's more independence rather than the financial.
So
aspect.
are you very fulfilled running your parents' business? Are you fulfilled as, you know, as an individual? Forget the fact that you're the owner's son. Is this, are you satisfied with where you are today?
I'm satisfied to an extent in that we share, you know, it's my family, it's my parents. We do share certain commonalities. We are a business that has a bit of a social conscience.
Okay.
We like to help the community. We like to create employment. And yes, I am satisfied because I'm doing more for my, not for myself, but for people, for my people around me. I think I get satisfaction from that.
The lifespan of family businesses lasts for 24 years, and yours is over 30, what?
About 38 years.
Fantastic. Well, why have you been able to sustain it? For benefit of people who run their own father's business or their own mother's businesses, they probably would need some of these tips from you.
I think there's no one silver bullet when it comes to this answer. There's a variety of things. I think as a business, we're a business of integrity, a business of honesty, and I think we try to, that kind of legacy permeates itself in the business. We're honest people. We have a lot of suppliers from different climes of the world who've been dealing with us for a long time. And if you have a lot of integrity in your business, how you run your business, and the people within the business are of that type, then the business will sustain itself. The people who are in there will care enough.
So
about the business.
what's your staff strength? How big is it?
Our staff strength today is clocking about 450 people.
Oh my God, amazing. Amazing. So you must have faced loads and loads of challenges. I mean, it's a long time, and then it's huge.
Yes,
so what are these challenges? I mean, just give us a little bit of...
Of course, there's a lot of challenges. Operating in Nigeria is very, very difficult. Cost of money is very high. We are complex people. We are difficult people. So
very difficult.
So the reflection of Nigeria is a reflection of the company.
Oh.
But when you have a lot of people, you have people having children, you have people dying, so you start feeling the effect of a large population. But I said, I don't like to dwell on challenges. I always like to dwell on opportunities. I think what I always see is an opportunity to change lives, the opportunity to improve lives, opportunity to write a different story about Nigerian or Nigerian companies. And that's what I see.
Fantastic. Great. So we're going to go on a short break, and when we come back, more on personal issues from our guest here today. See you shortly. Welcome back. We're still on building a family legacy in business. So, Mr. Paul, what do you think are the common mistakes family businesses make?
I think one of the, a couple of few mistakes that we make, especially in Nigeria, is to employ all our cousins, all our uncles, all our friends into a business. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes you make in family businesses. In fact, my father worked in his own father's business, and they made that mistake because your uncle doesn't necessarily mean he's the best accountant. And your aunt is not necessarily the best salesperson. The thing is that if your aunt is incompetent, you can't sack her, because when you have your family meeting, you just shout at her or him, and they go back to this job the next day. So when you put all your relatives into a business, it's not the best. You need
Very
to put
bad.
competent people into your business.
And no sentiment.
And no
really.
sentiment. You could also, but it's your business, you can be the shareholders, owner of the business, but you put the best people in the right positions. I think that's the way to go about it, rather than putting everybody in.
Yeah, and also 60% of family businesses do not have a succession plan. Now, what was your own company's succession plan? What was it? What was it like? Do you want to share?
Yes, I mean, my old man, who is the chairman, plan was to bring me into the company, of course, and I was reluctant in going to the company, yes. But I felt that I needed to, because I wasn't convinced. I didn't want to work with my father because I think we're too alike with my clash, with my fights, and I wanted peace. But the reality is that in the African culture, when your parents take care of you as a child, they bring you up, they support you, I think it's incumbent on you when you're an adult to also take care of them at their old age.
Your family?
My own personal family.
Are they here in Nigeria?
They are here in Nigeria.
Nothing but the truth.
Yes.
You're under an oath.
Yes. I'm actually married to an English woman. She's from Liverpool, but she came all the way here.
And she's living with you here.
She's living with us.
Fantastic.
You know, our Nigerian name is Ajoke. so she's adopted Nigeria as our home at the moment. And we have 3 kids.
Boy, girls?
All boys.
Oh, God.
So what we want to do as a succession plan is to make sure we institutionalize our business. Other people would eventually run the business, not the family.
So it can transition. It can transition to a
transition
third
to a generation. It doesn't have to be a family member that runs a business. It could be somebody else, but we could be still be major owners of the business, but other people will run the business. That's how we see it, and that's what we want. And we want to make sure that people know that this company, which our brand by the name is Dr. Brown's, is a Nigerian brand. This is your company. It's not just my company. It is your company.
Let's go on a short break, and when we come back, the audience are going to shoot you loads and loads of questions. See you right back. Welcome back. Now we have a beautiful audience about to throw questions at our guest today. First question.
My name is Vivian Okon. Why family business in abroad lasts longer than Nigerian business?
Yes, thank you, Victoria, for the question. Perhaps there's an older culture of succession in those clients. But I think family businesses around the world face the same kind of problems. Will the children take over the business? Are they interested in business? So there's no, there's no perfect answer to it. But what you can say is that most of the biggest companies in the world were started by family businesses. If it's done right and done properly with government support, then you have very successful then you need to plan. You could either sell the business to a company that's into that kind of business so they can absorb the business and the business can continue, or you could find other people to take over the business and maybe keep some shares of the business so that maybe in the future the children might be interested again. So it's not the end of the world if the children are not interested in business.
Wow, fantastic questions and great answers from our guest. We're going to go on a short break now. Please don't touch your dial.
Welcome back. Now, one last word from our guest. What's the last word to the viewers and to our audience?
My last word is that I want us as a people to start patronizing what we have in our country. I think it's very important. The person in the UK or in America buys their own stuff. They don't buy foreign stuff. And I think it's time we start looking inwards, consuming what we make. I think I'm quite proud that we now consume our own music. We make our own music, we now consume our own music. And when I was growing up, we never used to do that. I think we need to transition that into other things as well. So that is one of the things we want to say. And for our young people, I think you should focus on your talent. What God has given you is what you should focus on. Don't try and be a doctor or a lawyer, all that nonsense they tell you. And that's the only thing you can be. You can be anything you want to be. You can be a stylist, you can be an actor, you can be a sportsman and be successful. I think follow your heart, always follow your talent. I think that's the key to true happiness and true success.
Fantastic. Now, talking about music, do you want to shake up a little bit?
Yes.
We have our DJ waiting to...
Yes, I'm good to go. I'm down with it.
Thank you so much, and you, my friend, can dance. Fantastic episode. I totally had a great time. Thank you so much. All right.
Wonderful.
Thank you. And this is the time we're going to call it a day, but same time next week. Tune in. You know we're in this together. Stay tuned. Oh, thank you.